The third largest role in the ARK Venture Fund is currently held by OpenAI, the CEO and CIO of ARK Invest. It's wonderful to have you on board, Cathie. Greetings. Morgan, thank you. I'm glad to see you and to be here. This was a record fundraising round, so I want to start there. We are aware that the pledge to become a for-profit company was one of the several conditions associated with this financing round. Why did you think that investing at this valuation, and right now, was compelling? Not that Nvidia's story is done, but we've been working on AI for 10 years and have been waiting for the firms that Nvidia was actually going to pass the torch to. However, as you are aware, Nvidia has essentially been in communication and investors have been purchasing this really significant concept. And we believe there will be other winners if Nvidia keeps up its efforts. In the next 5 to 10 years, we believe that the foundation model players will reap enormous rewards with a market valuation of $15 to $20 trillion. Our Sunday newsletter, which is available on ark-invest.com, included an article about this, and we will continue to do so. OpenAI is really in the forefront, followed by Anthropic, XI, and even Elon Musk and his team. I believe that Elon is stating that these three, along with Google and Gemini, are the major four. And in contrast to the railway era, well, a lot of people are drawing comparisons between this and that age. I believe the four winners are emerging pretty fast, whereas there were hundreds during the railway era, which, incidentally, accounted for 63% of the stock market at its peak in the early 1900s. I believe we can concentrate on the major winners. Due to the fact that software is essentially replacing labor, this industry is expanding rapidly. People will be considerably more productive as a result of technology, and ChatGPT is just the beginning. It is not that this will eliminate work altogether. Naturally, the four businesses you just listed are all ones in which you have financial investments. You brought about AI, which has been intriguing because OpenAI co-founder Elon Musk has been outspoken and critical of the company's path and Sam Altman's approach to it. Do you not agree? He's talking more about the company's past, in my opinion, and we're focusing on the future. Naturally, OpenAI is one of the leaders, so I was pleased to hear that he did mention it. We're simply focusing on the future, What's done is done, and I am aware that there is a history there. We're simply anticipating the future and attempting to determine who will emerge as the clear winners in this field. Hey, Cathie, let me take a moment to reflect on the Innovation Fund. The S&P has outperformed ARK Innovation by 14 points over a year, 94% over 5 years, and 191% over 10 years. This is for the S&P, which has outperformed the Innovation Fund by 64 points almost from its start. How would you respond to investors who question if you're making the proper decisions after seeing that performance? Yes, I would argue that our compound annual rate of return has been close to 10% since the beginning. We experienced a 360% increase during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, but market concentration, interest rates, and valuation all worked against us. We are exposed to a wide range of innovation, including truly disruptive innovation. Looking at your graphic there, I would draw attention to the fact that if you remove the boom and bust, we now have three forces at our disposal and a long base. Once more, you may claim that after that time, we have a base. We've been basing since 2018, and I recall stating at the time regarding Tesla that the longer the base, the larger the breakout, and we were definitely there. Interest rates, they are declining, and I believe they will decline more than people anticipate in the months ahead, despite what we saw in the employment report today. The market's concentration on the Mag 6, which is beginning to dissipate, and I believe that will work in our favor. And valuation are the three forces that I believe will now become tailwinds after previously being headwinds. Our valuation, as determined by enterprise value to EBITDA, fell to almost a market multiple during the August market meltdown. According to enterprise value in relation to EBITDA, we were essentially sitting on a market multiple of 21 times EBITDA. Now we do account for stock-based pay, which is crucial for normalized R&D and innovation alignment with shareholders. However, we hit the market because that valuation is usually twice the market's. Right now, I'm examining how headwinds can change into tailwinds. The NASDAQ is suffering today. as chip upstart Cerebras files for an IPO. Nvidia, which has been hurting the most, down more than 3%, may now face some fresh competition. Today's Tech Check has our Seema Modi on the story. Hello, Seema. Carl, some of the largest IT companies like Altimeter. Additionally, Feldman told us that Cerebras wafers are more than 50 times larger than those of its competitors, which speeds up processing in contrast to the industry's fixation on smaller chips. The company's S1 shows growth is rising amid this AI surge, with 2023 sales jumping by more than 200%. GlaxoSmithKline, the U.S. government, and a conglomerate in the United Arab Emirates called G42 are among its clients, despite the fact that it is not yet profitable. In the first half of this year, G42 accounted for 87% of its sales. Additionally, the S1 points out that its reliance on its partnership with G42 exposes it to several dangers, such as shifts in the state-backed tech company's demand or modifications in regulations. Going up against a company like Nvidia, the industry leader in AI chips, is obviously no minor feat, and switching is expensive. The key question, according to Wall Street analysts, is whether Cerebras can land a sizable order from a hyperscaler that presently builds its AI models using some of the more well-known brands, such as Nvidia. Taiwan Semiconductor is used by Cerebras to fabricate its chips, just like Nvidia and the others. According to what I've been informed, the semiconductor company, which is 5 years old, intends to go public this autumn with a valuation of between $7 and $10 billion. A new wave of AI initial public offerings, IPOs, may result from this, according to some private tech investors. One of the first businesses from the plethora of AI firms emerging in this new era would be Cerebras. Naturally, the public market's reaction to it will be a major clue for prospective new initial public offerings. Men, we've been waiting for IPOs, and now that we know how to phrase it, I suppose you should be a chip competitor of Nvidia in the AI space if you're going to go public. I'm grateful, Seema. Regards. Oh, you're in the investment business. What do you think about Nvidia? Is what everyone you meet, and I mean everyone. Additionally, some individuals are unaware of what Nvidia is. Do you not think that has somewhat subsided? Yes, but that's a good thing. The market is healthier as a result. It's all about GameStop. Because the person cutting our hair told us about GameStop, it seems like we should all own it. Not in my opinion. The same dynamic applies. Thus, you need something more comprehensive. Additionally, the experts purchasing these stocks, we are aware of the businesses they are purchasing after all. There are other purchases in addition to the S&P index, which is also rising. I'm not saying that we won't continue to have Nvidia earnings watch parties. They will still go place. However, it seems that some of the zeal surrounding it has subsided, which is positive. You argue that that's good after all. Apart from the Medicaps, Cerebras, a semiconductor manufacturer, has filed for an initial public offering, IPO. They might challenge Nvidia. Sam Altman, Co2, and Altimeter Benchmark are among the backers of the company, which was valued at $4 billion in the most recent fundraising round. They intend to list on the NASDAQ. The original length and meaning have been preserved despite grammatical adjustments.